It started June of 2021, where I was working out, I was healthy, living a normal life as a young adult. I just started noticing that I was just bleeding, not keeping much down. I would kind of get irritated with certain foods, and the bleeding continued even more, and I knew it wasn't hemorrhoids or anything, that it was more internally. That's when I finally did the colonoscopy, and then they told me that I had Crohn's with ulcerative colitis as well.
So Crohn's disease is an inflammatory bowel disease that may involve any portion of the GI tract, from the mouth to the anus. So the main symptoms of Crohn's disease are abdominal pain, diarrhea, fatigue, and weight loss. We don't really know the cause of Crohn's, but we do believe there's genetic component as well as environmental components. Crohn's disease is more common in the Jewish population. There's a lower incidence in the Hispanic and Black populations compared to the white populations. However, that being said, Crohn's disease could affect anyone and really at any age. So when I met Esmeralda, I knew right away how disruptive her life was due to Crohn's. She was losing weight, she was unable to eat, she was having multiple loose bowel movements a day. She was also bleeding, and she had symptomatic anemia, requiring multiple admissions to the hospital where she needed blood transfusions. That's how severe her inflammation was in her colon and rectum. Really, we call it failure to thrive, where she was losing weight, she had no energy, she was missing work, she really had no quality of life. She was being medically managed by the gastroenterologist. She failed several medications, and they were unable to wean her off steroids. Then we decided at this point the next best step would be to proceed with the diverting loop ileostomy, which is bringing up a piece of small bowel to her skin and divert her stool so it's not going into her colon, to see if we can improve her inflammation that she was experiencing in her colon and rectum. So we did that procedure, and unfortunately she did not get any better. We exhausted all medical options, and we felt at this point the next best step would be to remove her entire colon and rectum. Esmeralda underwent a robotic total proctocolectomy with an endoileostomy, meaning we removed all of the colon, all of the rectum, and brought up a permanent endoileostomy, a permanent stool bag.
I remember like the first few days it wasn't so bad because I was still under all of that anesthesia. But then once that all wore off, like I was in so much pain. So for me, like spiritually, I was going through feeling distance from my faith and everything. And I remember like being in the room and seeing the cross on the wall. It was kind of like a reminder of like why I'm here, why I'm going through this battle. And just a reminder that like God is with me. Chaplain Father Rob came in, and it was like a bright light that day that came to save me at that point.
What chaplains do is we really listen to people. And what makes our ministry powerful is that we're not afraid to go to the difficult situations with people, to listen to their pain, to help them to find release. So it was really good to see Esmeralda. And when she was happy, again, it took her mind off of her pain and gave her purpose and reason to get through this surgery, to want to heal up, to be there for her fiance and for her family. So it's pretty powerful for her.
My life has changed a lot since my diagnosis and all the surgeries that I've had. With the Crohn's disease, we call it the invisible symptoms. There's just so many side effects that I may be going through internally, mentally, physically, emotionally, that people don't see on the outside, and they may think like, you know, she doesn't look sick. It's hard for us Crohn's patients who have to like explain that, but at the same time, like, you shouldn't judge a person by their cover.
It really was inspirational to see her go through this whole process and have such a positive attitude. She dealt with it so well. It really was impressive. I feel very privileged to be part of the team that took care of Esmeralda, and we were just very happy that we were able to improve her quality of life.
It was rough, but then after the weeks went by and stuff, like after the second or third week, I felt amazing, and I felt like I didn't even have surgery, so I just wanted to go back to work and live my life again and do everything normally.